right, everybody, how we doing? Time again for my picks, the NFL picks for week 2. Before we get into this week's picks, though, as I'm going to do every week, I'm going to just let you know real quick what I picked last week and how we did so we can keep track of just how terrible I am over the course of the season. So, last week, we had I'm going to say my pick first, and then you can see here I've got the real score in the smaller white type. I had Vikings 23, Bucks 10. Got that one wrong, of course. Bucks ended up winning that game 20-17. I had a feeling, people have said the Vikings would fall off a little bit. I wasn't expecting them to lose to the Buccaneers so early on, though. Second game. My pick was the Bears 33, Packers 14. Holy hell in a handbasket did I get that one wrong, 38-20. Packers. I guess we're just going to have to wait and see with Jordan Love if this is going to be a one-off or if he's really going to be just that good. Thought the Bears would put up more of a fight, but so far, so wrong. Third game. It just keeps on getting better. My pick was Bengals 19, Browns 10. Not even close. Browns 24, Bengals 3. Not that anybody expected that. Nobody. I'd love to meet the guy who had this score. Let's just put it that way. Next game. This one I got right, and I was pretty close too. Jets 13, Bills 10. And as we all know, and it ended up being a 16-16 tie until the Jets won it in overtime on a punt return. I got exactly what I wanted out of this game. And in last week's picks, what I asked for was a low-scoring game, which had both quarterbacks looking bad. Mwah. Perfection. I ain't talking about – I was hoping Rodgers would look old and not able to help the team. I didn't want him to get hurt, but I'm asking for a quarterback to look bad. Zach Wilson fits the bill, even though they won. So, next game. I had the Giants 29. I had the Cowboys 29, Giants 16, 40-0. Kind of knew it was going to be a rout of so to speak. I don't think anybody predicted it was going to be this bad. We're going to find out this week. Are the Giants that bad or the Cowboys just that good? Next game, I had Broncos 14, Raiders 9. Nope. Now, I knew the Broncos wouldn't score a lot of points, but the Raiders ended up with 17-16 over the Broncos. Is it going to be Groundhog Day again for the Broncos? I mean, it looked exactly the same, just like last year, including the score. Next game, I had the Chiefs 39, Lions 28, and I'm happy to report I was wrong. Nothing makes me happier than watching the Chiefs lose. 21-20 Lions. I think what I said was the Lions would keep it close, but eventually the Chiefs would pull away. Not so much. Not again. We're going to find out a lot this week when we get to the second week's picks. Are the Lions? I do think the Lions are good. Are they beat the Chiefs on a consistent basis good? I'm not sure about that just yet. Next game, I had Commanders 27, the Cardinals 16, and I finally got a score even halfway right. Commanders 20, Cardinals 16. No big surprises there. Next game, I got pretty damn close. I had the Eagles 27, Patriots 23, and it ended up being 25-20. Again, we're going to have to find out more. Are the Patriots that much more competitive, or do the Eagles maybe take them for granted a little bit on week 1? In this one, what did I have? I had the Dolphins 34, the Chargers 26. I knew it was going to be a high-scoring game. Unfortunately, it was a little bit too high-scoring for my blood in terms of the amount of points we allowed. 36-34 Dolphins. Just keep it going, guys. Well, except for the part with the terrible defense. The next game I had was Seahawks 17, Rams 13. And, 13 rhymes with 30. Ended up being 30-13 the Rams. I'm surprised the Rams were that good. I'm surprised the Seahawks were that bad. No telling who's going to win out there in that division. Then I had the Jaguars 33 to Colts 7. It ended up 31-21 Jaguars. The Colts flirted with a disastrous upset for the Jaguars, pulled ahead like they should, and ended up winning the game. Next up are the Panthers 20, Falcons 19. That's a big nope. 24-10 Falcons in the game that only Falcon and Panther fans even have anything to say about. And then I had the Ravens 40, Texans 20. Ended up 25-9. So I gave the Ravens offense a little bit too much credit. But of course, when they lose their best running back to an Achilles tear so early on in the game, see how it goes. I don't know how many games Texans going to win this year. Next up, I had San Francisco 17, Steelers 16. Not even close, although I did get the correct team. I gave the Steelers way too much credit. 30-7 San Francisco, who's number one in everybody's power rankings right now. Next up, Titans 24, Saints 12. Not exactly. Saints 16, Titans 15. You can't throw 3 interceptions and expect to win the game. I'm still a Ryan Tannehill fan. I have his jersey hanging up over there, but being after that performance last week, I could not wear it. So what that does for me overall, my week 1 total was 9-7. The biggest shocks, Bucs and Browns, especially the Browns. We'll find out. Look, I mean, week 1, you always see some kind of helter-skelter, scary freaking results that don't make any sense the rest of the year. I don't think the Bengals suddenly suck, but the Browns clearly are going to be competitive enough where if a team has a down week, they can beat you, obviously. All right, moving on to week 2. I got the Bears 27, Bucs 9. I expect the Bears to come back pretty angrily after being embarrassed by the Packers. And does anybody really think the Bucs are going to start off 2-0? It could totally happen. But I'm just going to keep picking the Bucs to lose until they do. Next game, I got the Steelers 21, Browns 20. I know. The team that got their ass kicked by the team that had the surprise win. I don't think the Steelers are that bad. I don't think the Browns are that good. I think everybody in that division will end up 8-8 or some version of that. 8-9, 9-8. I think this is going to go the Steelers' way, but it wouldn't shock me to go the other way. Next up, Chargers 34, Titans 20. Titans didn't look good. Chargers looked just fine against the Dolphins, except for the fact that their defense can't stop Tua and Tyreek, which is it's nothing is shameful there. Hopefully, Tannehill has a better game, but Chargers need to win this game. That division, is right there for the taking if they can, if they can beat the Chiefs here once or twice. Chargers going to need that game. Titans, I think, continue to slip. All right, the next game, here we go. There was nothing else to do here. Jaguars 23, Chiefs 21. Somebody needs this win pretty bad. The Jaguars, look, they're going to win that division. And if they win this game, they can legitimately, at least for a half a minute, start talking about they got the tiebreaker on the Chiefs if it comes down to the top seed in the AFC. The AFC top seed is wide open based on what we saw week 1. Some people might think the Dolphins are the favorite, but we know how they play towards the end of the year. The Jaguars, if they win the games they should win in that crappy division, right? The Jets are not really up for that anymore. If Josh Allen is capped an interception, the Ravens can't stay healthy. There's no reason the Jaguars going into this week should not be thinking that they have an opportunity for the top seed. Beating the Chiefs would go a great way towards that. Next up, I got the Colts 29, Texans 27. Battle of two teams that probably not really going to have much opportunity to make the playoffs this year. I think it'll be one of those games that's back and forth. It should be a good game between two kind of bad teams. Next up, I got the Commanders 19, Broncos 14. Yes, the Broncos' hell will continue, and who better to continue your hell than somebody from D.C. area. All right, here we go. Dolphins 31, Patriots 23. I expect the Dolphins offense to be just as good, but the Patriots defense is probably better than the Chargers in some ways. And I think the Patriots will get a lot of yards because I'm not so sure about our defense, but there will be, 14 plus 9. So 3 field goals for the Patriots here. I think you'll see the Dolphins let them have a lot of yards, tighten up a lot around the red zone, and lead the field goals, and that'll be the difference in the game. Next up, Giants 17, Cardinals 16. This is a mercy pick. Cardinals aren't going anywhere this year. The Giants need this win. I mean, just to pick themselves up off the mat. They've got to have this win. I think it'll be close. Maybe the Cardinals missing the field goal at the end to lose, but I suspect the Giants will pull it out. Oh, here we go. Cowboys 26, Jets 16. If Rodgers was healthy and looked good, this might be a different pick, but he's not. So, I mean, this could get worse. I'm showing less scores. This is terrible. I think the Cowboys could score more points here, but the Jets defense is just so good. It depends on how Zach Wilson and that offense plays. If they keep it close, the defense is liable to keep playing heavy and keep it close. If Wilson starts throwing interceptions and it looks bad, the defense might let up a little bit. It's going to be a week-to-week thing for the Jets, unfortunately for them. Next up, I got the Lions 36, Seahawks 12, and there you go. I mean, the Seahawks just lost to the Rams. The Lions are flying high right now. I hope that this is not an upset. I like to see the Lions do well. Next up, Packers 24, Falcons 17. Packers look better than we expected. I think they're going to take this one. This will be a good test for Jordan Love. You do it once, that's good. You start stacking them up 2-3 weeks. If Jordan Love plays well, I mean, Vikings aren't going anywhere. Doesn't look like it, right? Packers should not consider themselves out of the playoff discussion. All right, I got the Bills 30, the Raiders 9. You got to expect the Bills to just be absolutely on fire. Coming back after losing that game. This game's in Buffalo. I know the Raiders won, but they beat the Broncos. I think Buffalo needs to put themselves into a position where they get some early points, get a lead, and can just run the ball and not put all that pressure on Josh Allen, because you see what happens when he's under pressure. All right, next up, I got the Bengals 27, Raiders 19. Oh, excuse me. Bengals 27, Ravens 19. This is a game I think could come down right to the end. You see that's an 8-point spread, so the Ravens might have the ball last, thinking they can get a touchdown, 2-point conversion to tie the game. Ravens have a jump on the Bengals with their victory from last week. The Bengals are going to be desperate. Everybody goes to 1-1. I think that's better for all the AFC teams involved. If the Ravens win this game and the Bengals lose, though, you might start hearing some whispers about what's going on in Cincinnati. Burrow got paid. Sometimes the pressure of getting all that money can cause a guy to not play so well for a bit. Cincinnati needs to get off the map. Next up, I got the Saints 28, the Panthers 10. I picked the Saints to win the division based on everything I saw. Just give it to them now. I don't think this game will be as close as that score is, to be honest with you. 2 more games. San Francisco 26, the Rams 11. I think this one will be over early, and then San Francisco might just, take a nap. You know what I mean? I know the Rams won last week. San Francisco right now, I thought they were the best team in the NFL last year, and they would have won that championship game had Purdy not gotten hurt. I think they're the best team right now. Kyle was talking to me about he wants a 49er Dolphins Super Bowl rematch. I'm not interested because I keep saying Brock Purdy Super Bowl MVP. Then Kyle reminded me that I did say the Panthers would win the cup, and they got close and didn't. So maybe Purdy, Tua make it to the Super Bowl, and I almost got it right, but Tua gets Super Bowl MVP. Anyway, San Francisco should win this game. In the last game, Eagles 30, Vikings 16. Eagles got a little bit of a scare from the Patriots last week. The Vikings should be in desperation mode, but how far have they fallen off? We're fixing to find out. This is not the game where the Vikings really – this is not the game that the Vikings need right now, all right? Right now, they need to play the Panthers. They need to play the Giants. They need to play somebody they can beat the crap out of. They ain't getting it. Vikings could start off 0-2, which I'm sure would make the Packers fans extremely happy, especially if they end up winning their game. And that's it. That's the picks for weeks two. I can't talk today. You know what I'm trying to say. Do yourself a favor. Do me a favor. I still can't talk. Do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate it. We're trying to get this channel up and off the mat. We've had a lot of new subscribers last week. I really, really appreciate that. Kyle and I are most likely not streaming the Thursday night game, but we will be streaming probably a 1 o'clock game on Sunday. And we know we're streaming Sunday night with the Dolphins. It just depends on the schedule and how we feel if we're going to stream another game on Sunday. The Monday night game doesn't look all that good, so we'll govern ourselves accordingly that way. But that's it. Appreciate all the support. And hopefully I do better than 9-7 last week. But as long as the Dolphins keep winning, I'm good.